As the woman was out shopping, she suddenly noticed something was off about the sky. Just a moment ago, it had been clear and sunny, so bright that she felt like she might faint from the heat. But the next moment, a strange dark cloud appeared in the sky, and to her surprise, it only rained heavily at the hospital where her sister was working. Just as the woman was about to tell her sister, who was still working overtime, about this terrifying phenomenon, the heavy rain outside the window suddenly began to move in an unusual way. Before they could react and flee, the entire hospital suddenly shook violently like an earthquake. Realizing something was terribly wrong, the woman immediately rushed to the hospital to investigate. But she never could have imagined that in just 30 seconds, the century-old hospital had vanished into thin air. Meanwhile, inside the hospital, Martha and the others, who had narrowly escaped the earthquake, were stunned by the scene outside the window. They had somehow ended up on the moon, a place rarely visited by humans. But Martha soon realized that someone must be behind this, as it is well known that the moon lacks the oxygen necessary for human survival. Yet since they had been forced to come here, they felt no discomfort, and even when someone shouted, there was no sign of oxygen deprivation. Just as she hesitated whether to open the window to test the situation, a stranger suddenly emerged from the corner. The man introduced himself as the doctor and was equally puzzled about who was behind this. To avoid causing unnecessary panic, the two decided to investigate the situation in a quiet corridor. But when they mustered the courage to push open the door, they found that not only could they freely open doors and windows, but they could even walk out without any discomfort. This discovery left Martha both thrilled and terrified. She was thrilled because she had indeed arrived on the moon and witnessed its unique, breathtaking scenery. But at the same time, she realized that the only ones capable of instantly teleporting an entire hospital must be aliens. At that moment, the doctor seemed to think of something and quickly picked up a stone and threw it outside. Sure enough, the hospital was indeed isolated by some kind of barrier, which also meant that the existing oxygen supply wouldn't last much longer. Once it ran out, everyone here would suffocate to death. Just as the two were wondering who could have come up with such a torturous method, a mysterious army suddenly burst into the hospital lobby, led by an alien with a rhinoceros head. This sent the already terrified crowd into even deeper panic.